Books? TV shows? The Purge. Is The Purge an example of this?
No.
You get to do what you want?
No.
It's all for you?
Yeah.
Sort of during those 12 hours, yeah.
The Walking Dead, like after, the apocalypse?
That's not a society. What do you mean?
Oh.
They have
That is a good
But this idea, is it a society?
They have little cults in the Walking Dead. They have like those.
But is this like the idea that a person has a right to do what they want without caring about anyone else? Is that a society?
No.
Wait.
Self-sustained society, I guess.
Society is a group of people living harmoniously.
It is a society with yourself and your
Individualistically, it can't be a society.
Okay.
Man.
All right. I really like this, so I'm just going to ask you to think about it. We talked about it a lot in First Block, but a society that puts equality ahead of freedom will end up with neither equality nor freedom. I think this would be a great quote for the AP test. If you're trying to make everyone equal, you take away some people's freedom. Let me give you an example. Think of something in school where it doesn't matter absences. It doesn't matter if your parent died. It doesn't matter if you've been sick because your heart's not treating you right. It doesn't matter if...
A meteor struck your house.
If what?
A meteor struck your house.
Okay. A meteor struck your house.
And you're
Like, if
actually
it's
dead.
not excused, it's not excused, and you gotta take the exam.
Okay, but even if it is excused, you still have to take the exam.
Well, true.
That's the stupid
If it doesn't fall into one of the little categories, then you still have to take the exam. This is equal, yes?
This is equal.
It's equal,
It doesn't matter what happens, everybody.
but it takes away some people's, does it take away freedom?
Yes.
That wasn't a freedom.
Kinda.
Hard to take away.
Which is what the argument that most people give is that that's a privilege, not a right. So,
According to that, isn't it?
It's a right to their still have done.
so, maybe. Just think about it. We'll come back to it. Alright, so I'm done with this. Hey, where are we? How many minutes?
2.
Okay. I need you to find this pink sheet. It's the prompt for the AP timed writing. I gave it to you the Wednesday before the break.
Yes. And that is at my house on my desk.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to wing it on this. You can take some notes on the front of this, but you cannot write anything on the back. Not now. You will, just not today.
Do you have an extra one?
So,
Thank you.
we are halfway through this year. Almost. A little bit shy of halfway. Even the semester break is a little bit shy of halfway, but so many of you play a sport, or you play an instrument, or you play video games. I don't know. But you all know that in order to get better, you have to practice, yes?
Yes.
There are a few people who are very gifted at their sport, instrument, video game, whatever. There are very few people who are gifted at writing, like, also. So when you look at somebody and you're like, oh, well, they're just good at it. Does that make you not play your instrument? Because they're so good at it? Maybe. So if you decide that writing is not something that you want to put all of your time and energy, not all of your time, some time and energy into getting better at, I'm fine with that. I'm no judgment. But please don't be expecting an A or even to pass if you're not willing to put some effort into it. So some of the people who made 100 on that Martin Luther King essay, I read their paper 8 or 9 times. So, like, I nearly came to tears because they made a good grade. But, like, I know they did. So, I know now you want to know what you made. I'm sorry. Some of you made 100.
Not me. I made it.
So, it's, you're gonna need to put in a little effort. Do your homework, watch some film, if you will, and practice. For this essay, I am not willing, because it's a timed writing and there's this kind of writing, I'm not gonna read what you write before the exam. But I'm happy to talk it out with you. So, when I say exam, sorry, the timed writing that's on the 17th. Not the exam. So, I'm happy to talk it out with you. If you're like, hey, here's what I'm thinking about using this example, these are gonna be my reasons, what do you think about that? Let me help you. So, I'm also gonna suggest that you go and look up what other people wrote. If you wanna bring it with you on the 17th, with notes on it, you can. So, it's like a little quiz. I wrote down which kids I think are gonna bring it, and then I put it in an envelope, and then we'll open it on the day of the time writing. We'll see if I'm right. Who has it with?
Okay.
Wait, wait.
You're not on the list. Okay.
It doesn't matter, I'm still gonna be here.
What do I get if I'm right? Do I get something?
Yes, you get the joy of knowing you're psychic.
I know. That is a joy
It's predictable.
of knowing. Yeah. Okay. Nobody likes to be predictable, do they?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're.
So how do you find these? How do you find this essay? What do you need to Google?
AP English Language and Composition for response questions for 2001.
Awesome. Okay.
Was that right?
Yes. So it's at the top of the pink page, right?
Yeah.
Very top.
So there are two kinds of AP tests: AP Lit and AP Lang. Which one's this one?
Lang.
Okay. And so it's from 2001. And then what else do you need to know? Free response. Which question is it? 3. Okay. So when you do that, you're going to get to the AP page, which looks pretty much like this. Let me show you at the top. It looks like past exam questions. By the way, you can click on the PDF, but you kind of don't know if you're on the right thing yet, so I wouldn't click on the PDFs if they come up. So scroll down to 2001. Okay. It's going to look like that. You click on it. Question 3, sample responses. I already have it open, so. In this particular, because this is so far, you weren't even alive yet, you're going to have to click on the scoring commentary. So telling you what grade they made is not in the actual responses. So the scoring commentary looks like this. So it's for all of the 3 questions. So you have to scroll down until you find question 2, 3, question 3. There we go. So the first one is going to be a 9. Now, we don't just care about what they made, but we want to know why they made it. So, like, what did they like about this person's essay? What did they not like about this person's essay? So, they like it for the most part. I mean, it made a 9. But they also have some things that they didn't. So, like, in addition to its demonstration of sophisticated, persuasive, and argumentative skills. So, you mean I need persuasive and argumentative skills? Yes, that's a good idea. So, an 8. An 8 is very good, very strong. And a 9 usually, if a kid asked me for a difference, I would say a 9 is the kid sounded like they liked writing it. That doesn't always happen. Even people who can write a 9 don't always write 9s. It just kind of depends on the prompt. You'll see what I mean when we read this one. So it's a little less sophisticated than this 9. And then here, the next one's a 7. A 7's very good. I would aim for a 7. And they tell you here, hold on, let me find it. In doing so, the essay offers 2 hypothetical examples. Remember, those are at the bottom of our list of possible examples. Hypothetical. One that is much more successful than the other. The first, in paragraph 2, reveals the student's limited ability to create plausible reality. Blah, blah, big words, but they didn't like it. The second, which occurs in paragraph 3, seems more believable. So we're going to look at those. I want you to know which, see if you think one is better than the other. All right, so the essays. You going to print these off?
Maybe, probably not.
Okay.
I don't have a printer, so.
So here's the first one. This is the 9.
I can't read that.
Well,
That's why.
Jean-Luc Godard once said, photography is truth. Cinema is 24 frames of truth per second. Is that on the prompt? She quoted them.
No.
She just said it's fine.
So how did they know that?
They knew it. They remembered it.
They knew it. They knew it from what?
Their big brain.
I'm doing this.
I don't know because I don't know this.
They knew it from what? Is it written on the wall in the room
No.
they're in?
It's just something they knew. They looked it up.
They just knew it. Okay.
No idea.
Because they're a nerd?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. But just as most cinema nowadays is an utter fabrication of the way people truly live, photographs can be very easily fabricated or misconstrued.